Human, and humans, our nature is to worry. We're not supposed to, but we get scared. But we have one with us that's always with us, and we can go to him with our problems when we can't go to anybody else. And he's always willing to listen. And we'll get through this. It's going to be rough. It's going to be very rough. And I'm not sitting here talking about this like I don't know what's going on or I don't feel it, what they call the pinch. It's more than a pinch with a lot of people. I mean, this month, I'm still trying to decide how to pay the light bill. I did pay the mortgage. We paid the mortgage. Barely come up with the automobile payment. So I do understand. And it's not because I don't get out and work. I'm not healthy to work. I have a lot of medical problems, and a lot of other people do. And they can, they can't get out and work. They're sick. We're sick. So we're on a fixed income. And I know some people get tired of hearing about people on fixed incomes, but it does exist. And then incomes don't go up, but everything else keeps going up and up and up. That's like with the mortgage, we have to carry homeowners insurance. And I'm sure there's some others that have to do that the same as we do. And the other day, it renewed, and guess what? It went up. And that's just more added to the plate. And our plates are getting fuller and fuller each day. It seems like there's something new that's making the plate get full. But it won't always be this way. It'll change, but we have to help make it change. This country is divided. The people are divided. It's been that way for a while. We need to come together and help one another, love one another. Check on our neighbor. Check on somebody that just standing around and they act like they need help or something's going on. I mean, way back in the old days, the neighbors checked on neighbors, and if something was wrong, they all chipped in and they helped the neighbors. If a neighbor was sick, the other ladies would help take care of their children. If the man was sick, the neighbor, her husband would help him till he got his health back. I mean, they would help each other. And that seems to be something that a lot of us have got away from, and we need to go back to. And maybe this is a time in our life that God said, I'm just tired of seeing y'all divided. You need to come together. And when things are not so easy for us to get and to make it, we will pull together because we've got nobody else to go to but each other. And lay our differences down and know that people have a right to think differently and to think out of the box, but also to learn to help one another. Our children went through a long period with the COVID of not being able to go to school, not being around other children, not being able to play with other children, not being involved around kids and stuff, and that's not good. It wasn't good on them. They're confused, and they were told, stay 6 feet away, stay 6 feet away. I'm sure they got tired of hearing that, and constantly wearing something over their face. I mean, I didn't enjoy it, and I'm sure if I was a kid, I wouldn't have enjoyed it at all. So our kids are the lowest in education in the United States. It's the lowest. That's not good. Our children deserve more than that. I mean, they're here in America, the USA, where there's hopes and dreams. I mean, they want to become something. They've got dreams. And what kind of future are they looking at right now? We're looking at a world divided, and everything is so expensive that you can't do hardly anything. And you don't know if you're going to have a job tomorrow when you go in, or you're going to be let go. You don't know. And then you hear people say, well, there's jobs at these fast food places. There's signs all up and down the road at every one of them. Well, that's true. There is signs. But I have talked to several of them. And a lot of these places, they're not hiring. They're advertising that they are with the fast foods, but they're not. They found out when the COVID started that they could run their place off of 2 or 3 people. Well, that saves them a lot of money. They don't need anyone to clean the dining room. There's not that much trash to take out. There's not that much counter help that you've got to have. So they're running them off of a ghost crew. And then the ones that they have got working, they're making them do the work of 2 or 3 people. So they get to thinking, and I would too. Here I am working, and they'll only give you part-time, not full-time. And that's to keep you from getting any benefits. So when you're doing the work of 2 or 3 people, and you get to thinking, well, I don't even get any benefits, and I'm doing the work of several people, and they're not hiring nobody else, and I'm just wasting my time here. So he or she leaves. They're in search of something that's got a future, something they can hold on to. So a lot of these fast food restaurants, and for people that's middle age and older, they don't hire them. They want young people, which that's fine. Young people need to work. They need to learn. But they also want benefits and stuff. They deserve it. They're working. A lot of them's paying on their college. They're paying on their school. And they're looking for work. But I just get to thinking about all this, and it's enough to run you nuts, but we must hold on to hope and come together, and we will get through this. I didn't say it was going to be easy. God didn't say it was going to be easy. It wasn't easy on his son, so why should it be easy on us? We have had it good in America. Compared to other countries, we have. We've been very blessed. And food, I've seen so much food in this world thrown away. I mean, piles of food just tossed every day. And a lot of people going hungry before this even started. Homeless people. A lot of our vets are homeless. It's not just the guy that was a drinker, or the woman, the girl that was a drug addict. There's other people homeless for other reasons. There are several things that can trigger and things that can happen. People could have a health problem and get in financial trouble. I mean, it's not just, like I said, the one turning the bottle or the drug addict. And we never know when we're going to wind up homeless. I know I don't know. The mortgage was paid this month, but will it be paid next month? I don't know. And like I said, I'm trying to figure out now how to pay the light bill. But I keep praying to God and talking to God and having a relationship with him. He will guide me on what to do. And if we ever prayed, we need to be praying. Because God is the only one that can straighten this mess out. I mean, we listen to man and woman. We listen to our leaders. We had the wrong leaders. They have led us the wrong way. And then the big man gets on TV the other night and he's got this red atmosphere and dark and dreary. And he gets up there, it looks like a scene from the devil's background. And he's talking about all this stuff and he's doing nothing but trying to divide us even farther. You can't turn on your news and get the truth anymore. Used to, we could watch our news and we could believe just about 90% of it. But now when we turn it on, we don't know what we're going to be told or what we're going to hear. And some of us are going, what? Like he got on there the next morning and he said, I didn't say that stuff last night. I didn't say that. And people looking at each other said, yes, he did. It's like they think we're so stupid. But we've got to prove to them that we're not stupid. We have woke up. And we've got to do something about it. And not just in November. We need to start now. We need to work together. If we don't work together, being divided, nothing stands. A home has got to have a foundation. We've got to have a foundation to stand on. I mean, there's no sense in this bickering and prejudice and this and that. We're all brothers and sisters. And we're supposed to look out for one another. And it's hard on parents. I don't have children. I couldn't have any. But I love children. And to imagine to have children now and kids don't understand. You're at the store and they're saying, Mama, I want this. I want this. Can I have this? And you're going to have to tell your daughter, your little 4-year-old or 5-year-old or 6-year-old, no, you can't have it. It's hard to say. I'm not saying you buy them everything that they say they want, but just sometimes you do get them something. And way times are now, I mean, poor, there is poor people. You don't hear much about them. It's the rich, the middle class, and the poor. But you'll hear about the rich and middle class, but you don't hear about the poor. Well, there is a lot of poor people. Yes, some made choices that wound up that way, and some of us didn't make that choice. And now we have the middle class that's really coming down to our level, because things are going to get a lot worse than what they are. And we'll start appreciating things more and looking at things a lot differently than what we have looked at through this time before. And I'm one of them. I took things for granted. I mean, I'm honest about it. But now I think, I sure am blessed to have that sandwich. I sure am blessed that could pay the mortgage. I mean, I overlook a lot of things. I think a lot of people do. But we are just going to have to pull our ears back, and we're just going to have to join together. We're going to have to make a difference in November, get them people out of Washington. They don't care how we live or what our needs are. Not our wants, but even our needs. It's come down to needs, not wants. It's food on the table. It's to feed the children. It's to buy clothes for the children. The husband needs a pair of work boots. The wife needs a pair of shoes to go into work. I mean, it's small necessity things, and they're so very expensive. I went the other day and was looking at shoes, tennis shoes, and a regular pair of tennis shoes has gone up to $100. You know good and well it don't cost that much to make a pair of tennis shoes. And I can't imagine what work boots cost for the man. I don't know. But things have got to change. And only we can do this. We can pray to God to heal our lands. And I believe He will if we pray and pray and pray. But we must work together. But it is hard. It's hard on parents to tell their children no. Kids don't know about light bills or mortgage payments or car payments, or at least when I was coming up, I didn't know what they were. And they don't understand the stress that their parents are under. But don't never give up. You might give out. I've done that. But don't give up. There's hope. And for people that's got big families, pull together. Maybe several of y'all could rent one house and live together. That'd be great. That would save a lot of money. And if you have to go down from a big house to a smaller house, as long as you're with your family, what does it matter? Sure, you might not have as much room as you did, but as long as you're together and you got each other, you're blessed. And for people that don't have family, don't give up. You got God. He's with you. You're not by yourself. You're one of His children, just like I am. And He needs you. And you will be all right. It might look like it's not going to be all right. And the media and stuff, they want us to think that nothing's going to be all right. Everything they show us is bad and dark and gloomy. But we can turn this around. And all they're doing is just feeding us bad information and lies on top of lies. And they want people to be in fear. They want us to be scared. They want us to worry. I mean, here we are sitting, and the big man's over there begging other countries for oil. And he turned the pipeline off, and we had our own oil. We had our own power and all. And now he's begging people to sell it to us. And all this money that he keeps sending to other countries. What about us? Can't y'all tell he don't have, they don't have? It's not just him. He's got people he works for. Can't you tell they don't have our best interests? The only thing they're interested in is taking care of themselves. And I can see now where this has been going on for many years. It's not just the last couple years. It's went on for many years. And it's about time, you know, they work for us and they seem to forget that. They forget it real quick. But we need to be the government. We, the people, are the government. They don't need to be telling us to go home and to do this and to do that. This is the United States of America, freedom. And our rights, our constitutional rights, are being taken away from us daily. We need our rights back. We need to fight for our rights. We need to stand up and stand together and look out for one another and say to them, no, I'm not going to do that. We're not going to do that. But we need to stand together. And we need to put a stop to this. And you can't tell me that there's not enough of us that we can't turn this around. We'll start in November. But like I said, we can start now with helping one another. Check on people. Check on your neighbor. If you seen a fire truck or ambulance go to their house last week, well, something must be going on. Check on them. See if they need something or something you can help them do. I mean, the cost of lumber or materials or anything now is so very expensive that we can't afford it. Some people can. And the people that can, I'm not down in the rich. I mean, being rich is not a sin. It's not bad. It's what you do with your money. Now, if you reach back and you help somebody and your brother and sister along, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's not like God don't want you to have anything, or you a bad person because you made money. I'm not saying that. But if you made your money from greed and people's misfortune, then that's not good. It's not good at all. That's like one day we was going down the road here, and this family lived in a house. I didn't know them personally, but I would see them out in the yard, and had two sons. One of them had braces on his legs. And we went by one day, several years later on, and all their stuff was sitting out in the yard, and there was a dumpster. And the people were there, you could tell they were from a bank or a mortgage company, and they were just throwing the people's stuff in the yard. The people they weren't even at home, and throwing it in the dumpster. And somebody riding with us said, pull over. I want to look through that to see if there's something I want. And I looked at her and I said, are you crazy? I don't want to take nothing from them, from their misfortune of losing their home. I said, what's the matter with you? But that's the way some people think. They make off of other people's tragedies. And that's not right. It's not right at all. And she said, well, somebody else would just get it. I said, well, let it be somebody else. It's not going to be this vehicle stopping. And I just shook my head and started praying for her, because that is dead wrong. I could talk on and on and on and on, but I'm not going to take up no more of y'all's time tonight. But I just wanted to touch base, and I just needed to talk, and maybe somebody can connect with me, what I'm talking about. Maybe they feel the same way or somewhat, but if you think different, then that's fine too. You got that right. So I hope y'all have a good night and a good day tomorrow, and just keep praying, keep living in faith, keep your hope. Don't give up, because we're going to beat this. We are. And God has got this. He's always had it. I can't tell you what time this is going to happen or that's going to happen, but He knows. And God is always on time. He's never late. So God bless y'all. Until next time. Oh, please subscribe and like, and I'll be coming out with some more videos. I sure would appreciate it.